Well, the Philadelphia Eagles have been ranked number one when it comes to the best front office in the NFL, with the Baltimore Ravens at number two. It's quite ironic that both of those organizations is what Shedeur Sanders passed on to play for the woeful Cleveland Browns. But we're not going to get into that today. Colin Cowherd goes in detail speaking about this ranking system. It is a monstrous gap between the top, the middle, and the bottom. Howie Roseman, the man that never sleeps, does what it takes when it takes to improve this roster. He doesn't settle at all. Player goes down, he goes and get Tank Bigsby the next day. Howie Roseman does not sleep, and he needs to be given his flowers for it. Let's hear what Colin Cowherd had to say about the ranking list.
The Athletic polled 29 coaches, executives, general managers, and they polled them on the best front offices upstairs. The guys in the nice boxes during the game, the camera occasionally shows. And the top 10 might as well be the herd hierarchy.
We got the Eagles, the Ravens, Rams, Bills, Chiefs, Bucks, Packers, Seahawks, Lions, and 49ers. The Bills being ranked over the Chiefs, it's a little crazy to me. The Chiefs have the Bills number. The Chiefs have the Ravens number as well. But when it comes to offseason moves, the Ravens have made some more moves to improve their roster than the Chiefs. The Chiefs kind of bring in players who seem to be past their prime, DeAndre Hopkins, Juju Smith-Schuster, and see what they can get out of them. They also got rid of Tyreek Hill at the peak of his career. Now they might be wanting to bring him back this season. The Rams at number 3 don't have an issue with that at all. Seahawks number 8. A little bit of a head scratcher. Lions 9, 49ers 10, Packers 7, Bucks 6. Who could I have possibly above the Seattle Seahawks? Off the top of my mind, the Minnesota Vikings are already coming to play. Let's see what Colin Cowherd has to say.
Eagles, Ravens, Rams, Bills, Chiefs, Buccaneers, Packers, Seahawks, Lions, Niners. I mean, it's the herd hierarchy, basically. And I don't buy the Packers are lucky to hit on 3 straight quarterbacks, or the Eagles coincidentally have another stacked roster. The gap between front offices is as large or larger than owners, quarterbacks, and coaches. I mean, look what Jim Harbaugh's done in 20 games with the Chargers. Worst to maybe best team in the league. What's most interesting to me in this poll is those top 10 teams, they've all got, quarterbacks, top quarterbacks. Isn't it fascinating how each team landed the quarterback, the most important position? Each took an entirely different route. Let's start with the Eagles. It's fascinating. So the Eagles, they go to the second round.
Yeah, you got Jalen. We got Carson, Jalen, Lamar, Flacco, Stafford, even Goff. Josh Allen has been a hit. Mahomes, Alex Smith, Baker Mayfield, Tom Brady, Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers, Geno, Russell Wilson, Sam Darnold, and then Lions, Jared Goff after Matt Stafford, and 49ers between Brock, Jimmy, now Mac Jones. Interesting.
A smaller quarterback, Jalen Hurts, an athletic quarterback. At the time they had Carson Wentz, moved off him, and they decided we're going to build an offense around this kid who's incredibly strong for his size and do some different things that a lot of teams aren't willing to do. We're going to go contrary into the market. They had big, tall, rangy Carson Wentz. We're going to go smaller, strong athlete who's better moving initially than throwing. Second in this athletic poll is the Ravens.
You also got to think, they went out of their way to get A.J. Brown. They did what they could to get Saquon Barkley. They continue to replenish their offensive line. They go and get Hassan Reddick. They go and get Zadarius Smith. They go and get Zach Bond.
They passed on Lamar Jackson once themselves in the first round. And then they decided, let's go for this hyper-athletic kid from Louisville. At the time, remember, his mom was representing him. It was very different. But we're not going to play him initially. We're going to wait a while, let him watch Joe Flacco but we're going to roll the dice on this super athletic quarterback, perhaps the most athletic quarterback probably that's ever played. The Rams didn't do it that way. The Rams had a Super Bowl quarterback. They're like, we're going to trade him to Detroit and get Matt Stafford, who actually has never won a playoff game. But we believe he's one of the best throwers of the football in the league, and we're actually going to pay for Stafford and Jared Goff to make it happen. The Bills different. They went to a small college. They go get Josh Allen. They trade up for him, and we're going to need you to play. You're raw with a huge upside, but we're going to need you to play really quick. First year was bumpy. Second year, third year got magical.
Josh Allen nearly got Brian Daboll his job. As you're seeing in New York, Brian Daboll doesn't look like any type of quarterback whisperer when he's got Daniel Jones. Meanwhile, Daniel Jones went to Indianapolis and he's currently thriving. We'll see what Jackson Dart has up his sleeve. Maybe he can save Brian Daboll's job. But so far, Josh Allen's looking like the breadwinner in that relationship.
How about Kansas City? Yeah, we're going to get this quarterback from a conference, the Big 12, that most of their quarterbacks stink and don't work in the NFL. We're going to trade up for him. But unlike Buffalo, we're not going to have him play. We're going to have him sit and learn the system, get his mechanics right. Alex Smith, learn the system behind a great mentor. We do not need you to play early at all. How about the Buccaneers? They're on this list. Buccaneers said, you know what we're going to do? There's this guy, a little cocky.
I also think the Chiefs paying Chris Jones was a big deal.
There's this guy, Baker Mayfield. We're going to give you like a 1-year prove-it deal and see if you got anything. And yeah, we're not really sure, but we kind of, Sean McVay like you. You got the Browns to the playoffs. And so the Buccaneers go, we're going to go with Baker Mayfield. And now they've signed a new long-term contract. Green Bay does it totally differently. We're going to draft you, Jordan Love, and for the second time, sit you for 3 years. You won't take a meaningful snap. The Seahawks made this list. They go, and we're going to go into free agency. Yeah, I mean, we had Geno Smith. We're going to go a little younger, a little more athletic. We're going to bring in eventually an offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak, who works very well with quarterbacks. We're going to go free agent. The Lions do it differently. They're like, okay, we'll give up Matt Stafford. We'll make a trade with the Rams. The Rams will pay for it. Goff's pretty good, not Stafford, but pretty good. And as the Rams pay for the contract, we're going to build a roster and take all those draft picks and make us into a powerhouse. And the 49ers did it totally differently. They went and gave up a ton of picks for a first-round quarterback and very quickly said, oops, yeah, that's not working. And then they got lucky. They drafted a guy they passed on multiple times. The entire league passed on 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and they got Brock Purdy. And this proves there's multiple routes to the mountaintop.
Yeah, the Niners also traded for Christian McCaffrey. The Niners also drafted Deebo Samuel, no longer on the team. The Niners also have Brandon Ayuk. John Lynch has done a great job building that team. Let go. Robert Saleh left for a head coaching job. Now he's back. They have Wagner patrolling the linebacking core, patrolling that defense. I think this is a pretty stout list. The Seahawks is the only one that's really raising my eyebrows to me. I think how the Minnesota Vikings played the Kirk Cousins ordeal with Justin Jefferson and then transitioning to Sam Darnold, I thought that is a better play than what the Seattle Seahawks have currently done. They've also been in the playoffs more often over the last 10 years or so than the Seattle Seahawks. 10 years, maybe the last 5 years or so, excuse me. Once Kirk Cousins really started getting those franchise tags. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Appreciate the support. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Eagles definitely number 1. Ravens at number 2. Could be a little overrated, but when it comes to the moves that they make, they make moves. They do make moves. They go out and they try to improve the roster. They try to improve, get Derrick Henry. They draft Hollywood Brown. Now they got D-Hop. They try to improve and give Lamar more weapons. So I understand it. Like, comment, subscribe. See you later.